Most marketing agencies end up running their business across 5 or 6 different tools at the same time. Slack for communication, Google Docs for briefs, a project management tool for tasks, spreadsheets for tracking, and Google Calendar just to keep up with deadlines. And none of these tools are actually connected. So every day becomes a loop of switching between tabs, copying links, searching for context, and answering questions that were already answered elsewhere. Hi, I am Kiriaki from Estera.ai, and in this video, I am going to show you how we take that exact mess and turn it into one connected ClickUp workspace and stay until the end to see how our AI agent will revive your dead leads. But before we build anything, we need to step back and look at the workflow first, because if the workflow doesn't make sense, no tool will ever fix the problem. People usually jump straight into building leads and statuses, thinking the tool will bring clarity on its own. But if you don't understand the workflow first, all you're doing is organizing chaos. Let's think through how a marketing agency actually works. A new client comes in. That's the very first moment where things either stay clean or start breaking. At that point, the agency needs information. And if that information isn't collected properly upfront, the team starts guessing. And later, revisions pile up because the foundation was never clear. So, already, without touching any tool, one thing becomes obvious. There has to be a clear entry point for clients where information is collected, reviewed, and approved before any real work starts. Once that part is done, the client doesn't stay in that phase forever. Work begins. And work behaves very differently from onboarding. Deadlines appear. Multiple people get involved. Progress needs to be visible. If onboarding and execution live in the same place, context gets mixed and things slow down. So, execution needs its own space, built around movement and visibility. Then, there's content. Content doesn't behave like client projects at all. It's ongoing, repetitive, and deadline-driven. Ideas don't need long discussions, they need flow. If content is mixed in with client execution, it creates noise. So naturally, content needs its own pipeline designed for speed and consistency. And finally, there's the part most agencies don't like to even think about it. Clients leave. When that happens, most systems pretend they never existed. Tasks get archived, context disappears, and nothing is learned from it. But churn is part of the workflow too. And if it's part of the workflow, it deserves a place in the system. And that's the exact lifecycle we need to support. And now that we understand that, we can finally open up ClickUp and build something that actually matches how an agency operates, starting with onboarding. Here we are in our marketing agency space, where we have broken it down into 3 folders, and of course at the end we are creating the standard operating procedure in order to help you know how the full system works, as well as help you scale the operating system with newcomers. So we will first work on the marketing agency onboarding system and then in the content operations. So let's start with the onboarding. This is our onboarding dashboard where we have our new clients, where we are breaking down those clients into the designers, and this is where we are defining and we are separating work among different team members. So the first step, though, we have to have a funnel of those clients coming in and letting us know what they're interested at. So what we have done is that we have created this onboarding form where you can have it in your Instagram page, in your TikTok, YouTube, website. It doesn't really matter. You can just copy the link and you can embed it wherever you want. Perfect. So this is our funnel. This is our form where we will be giving a platform in our clients in order to contact us, sign up with us, and tell us in which services they are interested. We can do this example with my name, and with this example, I will walk you through the full workflow. Now, starting in, let's put in my name. We can do my email, brand name, website. This is where I will be putting all the services that I am interested in working with this marketing agency. Right now, I have selected the PPC advertising service, a social media management service, but I can also choose content marketing and I can also choose email marketing. So imagine that I am a client and that I am filling up this form in order to contact a marketing agency. And then I can upload more information about my company in order to facilitate this process for the marketing agency to understand who am I, what am I looking for, how established am I or not, if I have any processes in place. So this form literally does a full scanning of the client so that as a marketing agency, I can save time, I can save resources in doing the full onboarding and the calling and the kickoff calls and the intro calls with any of the clients. So here I can upload my brand guidelines, which is basically to include your logos, the brand colors, fonts, and any other image assets. So for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna be selecting, a random file. Here I can link my top performing creatives and their competitor ads. I can put a URL. So again, for the purpose of this video, I will put my own website. This will be customer avatar messaging. I am targeting again testing, the AI targets, product catalog. Again, I will do just the AI hero products. This is where I can include my bestsellers, my new launches, or any specific products that I would like to start promoting. Current offers, I can do the AI agentic workflows. And then my creative direction and goals is that I want to implement a more robust brand awareness in small to medium businesses in the LLM industry. I can submit this form now, and automatically this new lead, this new potential client that is interested in signing up with our marketing agency will be listed here in the form received. So any new form that has been received will go under the status of form received. Now, as you can see, we have three statuses. We have tried to do it as simple as possible. We'll have three statuses: the form received, the brief review, and the designer assigned. Now, when a new form comes in, it gets automatically the status of form received. Then it gets assigned automatically to the manager. In that case, it's me. So when we get a new form and it gets assigned to me, I automatically get update, and then I can change the status to brief review. This is where I can understand which designer have a capacity to take in more clients, which is the best team member at this right time to take in more workload. So this is where I take on this decision. So as a manager, I change it to brief reviewed. And as you can see, all of the information that they have been submitted throughout the form is automatically received here. I have auto-assigned this form to the manager. I know when this form has been created or when it was last updated, the brand name, I have the email, I have the website, I know which services this client is interested in, I have the brand guidelines and all the relevant information that it's vital for us as a marketing agency to review and give an offer to the client. As well as I have an AI summary. This is where the system, based on what information the client has provided, will give us an automatic summary on who the client is and what they want. Here's the summary. AI is a company specializing in AI-driven solutions, particularly in the LLM, large language model, industry with a focus on serving small and medium-sized businesses. Their website showcases their core offerings, including agentic workflows and hero products, designed to streamline business operation using advanced AI. So that's the high-level summary that our AI building in ClickUp gives us. If I open up this client's profile, which serves as an ecosystem of the client, I can find all the information here. Of course, I can create a checklist of what needs to be done. For example, assign an account manager, offer a proposal, prepare scope of work, and assign a deadline to designer. So now I can also create my checklist, but I can also create my checklist as a template and have them auto-generated as soon as a client is onboarded. I have also the chat that I can inform one of my colleagues to have a look at this client. Please have a look at this new lead. And this ecosystem, this client's profile can serve as a knowledge base for the client as well as a communication tool for the specific client to ally on the development of the specific client. We have reviewed the client. We know what the client wants. We have made a proposal to the client. The client has accepted it. So what we have to do now is to assign a designer. Now, as soon as we change the status, let's say I will assign this to my designer and I will change the status to designer assigned. When the status is changed to designer assigned, I know that this client is now active and ready to start developing their projects. As soon as it's designer assigned, we will have a built-in automation that duplicates this client into the active clients. And in the active clients, this is where the projects are getting built. This is where the full project management and task management of your clients is done with full visibility across your team. Here we have the active clients. The statuses are in progress. So every new client that we assign, the first status is in progress. Then once work is starting to be done, we will have the review statuses, revisions, delivered, churn, and completed. I can see that I have a new client that is in progress, so it's ready to start working on. So what first thing that I can do in here is that I would dive into the ecosystem of this client and understand what services they are interested, any supporting files, any relevant information, any previous chat communication. So imagine that I am the designer, that I have got assigned this new client and I have no information. So in this ecosystem and with the custom fields that we have created, I can have a full overview of who the client is and what do they want without, constantly going back and forth with the manager. So now that I know that they want the PPC advertising, social media management, email marketing, I can start creating the project management of this client. I can do this with subtasks. So I can do here advertising audits with the client, social media management audit, and then I will have to create a social media management calendar and what so on. So let's say that I am creating now the full project management of each client. So I know what I have to do on a daily basis. I know that this will be worked by the engineer, and I know that the full project needs to be completed by end of February, and I know that I should be completing this work within 20 days. So the system gives me automatically when I should start. And then since I know the deadline of the full project, I know I can now start organizing the subtasks. So I can do this on Monday to Friday, and then I can start this on Friday up until next Friday, and I can start this on Friday and have it done by Wednesday, because I want to have a couple of days to review and to get feedback from the rest of the team and from the management. Now we have the project management of one client set up. When I start working on the different subtasks, I can start, changing the statuses subject to what the status is. I can also from this custom field here know, and that's Kiriaki, please give me your feedback. And then here in the parent task, I can have the subtasks, I can have the comments, and I can have all the information relevant to the client. Of course, we have created also different lists and the different views for this active clients dashboard, where they can help me as a manager to have a performance review of what's going on with the projects, with the clients, with the workload, with the capacity of the assignees, as well as be able to see what each team member is working on a daily basis. So we have created a workload by status, where we have all the tasks irrelevant to the assignees, all the tasks broken down by status. We have the workload by the assignee, so we know what each team member is working on. So we have the board by status. So this is a very nice view for more agile teams to drag and drop items and tasks in between statuses. But this goes on and on. I mean, we can even have this Kanban view by status and by assignee. So I know that Kiraki Barmakiu, which is me, I'm working on George Clooney, who is currently in progress, and I can move him to review because there's some things that I want to review. And of course, if I press into George Clooney, it redirects me automatically into the ecosystem. We have also created a Gantt chart where we can view all the clients and when the project of each client is starting, when it finishes, and of course have an overview of all the clients and their timelines. For example, you will be able to see only Kiraki Monkey here because it's only Kiraki Monkey that has the dates here. I can see who is working. I can also minimize it and have an overall view of what's happening. And of course, if I add now dates for Andrew Anderson starting, let's say again next Monday and finishing on Thursday, I will be able to get here. Next, we have created a workflow view where you can see what each assignee is working on, the dates, the statuses, and their projects. And last but not least, and that's my favorite, we have created a dashboard view where you will be able to see, the workload by status, workload by priority. Now, if I change the priority here to urgent and to high and to, normal, you will be able to see here the workload by priority, the workload this month, workload by assignee, project due this month, and project deliver this month. So this is the active clients. Moving on, I would like to show you the content pipeline. It's the space where we create our own backlog. This is where we can groom our ideas. We can produce our ideas, ship them, and then analyze them. So the content pipeline refers only to the content pipeline of the marketing agency, and this is where we can put our different ideas of what we want to do. We have broken them down into to do, in progress, in review, incomplete statuses. We have the assignee, so who is doing what. We have the start date. We want to start the ChatGPT new shopping agent tomorrow, and we want to have it done by Friday, and it's urgent. So we have the content type. What kind of content would that be? Photo, reel, carousel, storyline, YouTube. We have also a reference link. We have the platform. Where do we want to post this content? And we can paste here the actual link of our platform. Of course, here we have this view that we can see what each assignee is working on. We have a list by content type, so we know that we have two items that we need to create for the read. We have one item that is currently in progress that we are creating as a carousel, and we want to create a live which shows how to create an automation from scratch. Again, here we have the board by status where we can drag and drop different items. We have our calendar here, so we know what we are working on, what we are releasing, and what each team member is currently producing. We could also, enrich this option here by adding more fields like assignee, like priority. We can add the trend category, the content type, and what kind of platform it's gonna be. Of course, we can add the parent name task if that was a subtask, but just like this, we have enriched our calendar. Last but not least, our dashboard, which gives us a high level clarity and visibility on what's going on in the content pipeline. The workload by status, by assignee, content type, platform, and whatsoever. So this is our content pipeline. As you can see, we have also an accounting and finance folder. This is not something that we will go through in this video, but if you're interested in walking you through in this accounting and finance folder for marketing agencies, of course, comment in the comments below. So in the active clients, as you can see, there are the different statuses: in progress, review, revisions, delivered, churn, and completed. When the project of the client has been delivered, then we can change the status to delivered. But that means that that's a monthly retainer and that's ongoing partnership with this client. However, now let's say that the client decides that they want to pause and stop this collaboration until further notice. What we do is that we change the status to churned, and automatically not only the status changes here, but the client is duplicated into the churned clients. And here in the churned clients, this is a place where we keep all of the clients that they have been churned first, the reason that they have been churned. For example, Kireki Parmaki, she has budget constraints. And what's the return potential? Is it high? Is it medium? Is it low? I can put here medium. And then last but not least, we have the next follow-up date. So for the next follow-up date, we can decide to put the next month or after 2 months, depends on the return potential. For the purpose of this video, I'm gonna put 3 weeks from now. So 3 weeks from now, I know that I will have to gently follow up with the client and ask him how is it going, what's the return he has seen or not from our services, and find a way to re-engage with this client. We have built up an agent who has full access in this churn space, and every time the next follow-up date gets triggered, that means that I have to follow up with this client. The AI agent reads all of the information about the specific client, understands the reason that they have stopped the contract with the agency, and personalizes a full email by reading their website, understanding what they have been interested at, understanding the project that the marketing agency has delivered, and of course the services that they were interested at and their goal that they had at the beginning, and sends a fully personalized email to gently re-engage with this lead. So as you can see here on the screen, this is the email that the agent sends to the client to re-engage with them, and of course showing them how we can help them going forward. So again, for this space, for the shared leads, we have the different views. We have the board by status. We have a follow-up calendar. So we have a calendar that the agent can scrape all of the information, or we can even do it manually. Doesn't matter. And of course, we have a dashboard that gives us full visibility on what is going on how many churn clients we have had this month, the reason, the potential of them returning, and the overdue tasks following up soon. Here's our marketing agency, a very high level view. Comment in the sections below if you would like to have a more expanded version of this video. And what we have also here, and this is what we are doing for almost all of our clients, is that along with the workflows and the systems and the agents, we create standard operating procedures so that we make sure that the workflows are documented, and of course any newcomers, any new team members that they come in the company, they can start using this operating system from day one. Last but not least, we have also created a space level folders where it gives you all of the information for the full marketing, whether it's new clients this month, workload by status, how many tasks each assignee has, the new clients overall, active clients now, clients delivered this month. And I mean, the possibilities are endless, and we can customize it, of course, based on your needs. So I am also leaving you the video here in our agentic workflow that it's reviving deadlines, so you can have a look on how exactly it works. Now, let's zoom out for a second. What we just built It's not a collection of lists, and it's not a checkout setup. It's a system that follows how a marketing agency actually works. Clients enter through a structured onboarding, so clarity comes before execution. Once they are ready, they move into active work, where progress, ownership, and deadlines are visible at all times. Content runs in its own pipeline, so output stays consistent without creating noise. And when clients leave, nothing disappears. Churn becomes data, and the AI agent revives the clients again. When everything is structured just like this, automation and AI stop being shiny add-ons. They become natural extensions of the system. That's how things like re-engagement agents become possible. We design structure first and then automation that actually works. If this way of thinking makes sense to you, you will probably like the other systems that we built as well. Comment below in the description what operating system you would like us to build and an AI agent you would like to see today.